So good morning and welcome to Austria, home of Arnold Schwarzenegger and well, a few other people. This is the Mazda CX5 and I'm just reversing out of a little area here where I stopped to take some pictures with some big fan things in the background, these huge big propeller things, which are quite nice. The new CX5 is run on an entirely new chassis. New everything from the ground up is what Mazda say. It also comes with Sky Active, and Sky Active is kind of, well, a technology that lightens everything and also is engine management and to do with the engine. So under the bonnet of this I have a 2.2 litre diesel, puts out about 150 brake horsepower, but it puts out 280 torque, so it's very powerful as it is. From in here in the cabin, it feels for all the world like a car, just a tall car. It really does feel that way. It actually rides that way as well, and that's the kind of amazing feature of this car, that the feeling of the car actually riding on the road is quite unique. The CX5 is new to the Mazda stable in that there wasn't really a CX5 before this one, and this one has been rebuilt from the ground up. New technologies, pretty much new everything, and that's the whole point of this car, is that it's new to the segment.
400 yards, turn left.
Now this one comes with a TomTom sat-nav in it. I recognise it as being a TomTom system. It looks familiar in that respect. I don't have a problem with that. The control layout is familiar from all Mazdas really. This is an Austrian road. It's flat as a pancake, and the torque in this thing, it's got a humongous amount of torque. It's brilliant. God, there's a lot of torque in it. Every time you put your foot down, there's tons of it. From a 2.2 litre diesel, and it's very economical. So the CX5 is going to be a proper game changer when it comes to Mazda. And Mazda really at this stage need to stop hiding the light under a bushel and get out and start going at the public with this car, because it's not just that Mazda's overlooked. I don't know why Irish people don't choose more Mazdas for their cars, because there's nothing in their lineup that's not good. There just isn't. They've got everything covered. Handling, road holding, this has all of that. This is a really good little handling car, capable. It's been organised towards kind of a family vehicle, and I quite like that. You know, that makes a massive difference in a car as well, because I mean, I have all the good controls here for my stereo, and I have Bluetooth hands-free, and I have cruise control on this side. You know, it's very familiar to me and very easy to drive. The ride is fantastic in it. It really does just cushion out the little bumps that are on the road. Very nice, even on that dust track that I was on when I started this. The same applies to the interior. It's very comfy, beautifully proportioned seats, and tons of room in the back. The boot's big. The exterior styling is subtle, I will say that for it. It's not sledgehammer stuff. It's not big LEDs hanging off the front or anything. It is subtle enough in the front to be interesting though, and that's the thing. But really, if you're in the market for a kind of raised up 5-door hatchback car that we call soft-roaders, if you're in the market for that, please put this in your shopping list. You'd be mental not to. They even thought of making the dashboard flat so I can actually put stuff up there like newspapers and road books like this. See, this is what I use to tell me where I'm going. This and a sat-nav and a map. Not much to see in Austria. I expected some Alps or something, but no, nothing. It's flat. I mean, flat. The diesel one would be the one of choice. That's the one people would be after. It's a very, very capable car. An extraordinary step for Mazda to make. Like, this isn't an easy car to make. This has to handle like a car for a start. And it needs to be big enough to haul families around the place, and it needs to be economical enough to haul everything around the place. And let me give you the whole kicker of this car. This is a 2.2 litre diesel 150 brake horsepower. It's a big car, it's a proper car, and it's in tax band A. It really does feel refined and capable and fresh, and breathing a bit of new life into the entire segment as well. I do like that. Well done, Mazda. Very good. But the thing is, we're not actually only testing this here. We thought while we're testing this in Austria that, well, it usually raises a lot of questions in Ireland. So we're not only going to test this in Austria, we're also going to test this right here in Castlemartyr in County Cork, where the Mazda CX5 has gone on sale in Ireland. They brought basically the same model as I drove in Austria, same colour, same everything else, but there is some slight changes in spec that you get inside. Now you still get sat nav in the sports one, you still get Bluetooth across the range, you still get the city safe features, you get all of that stuff that was in the other ones, but you do miss out on the overtaking mirrors things. It's an option here rather than being standard. The engine is still superb, 2.2 litre diesel, 150 brake horsepower. Sports version will be the sale one. You're talking sub 30, about 29,495. Range actually starts about nearly 25,000 euro for the petrol version. Petrol won't go on sale till later on this year. Neither will the 175 brake horsepower one go on sale later on this year. There's a higher horsepower than this, same engine, different horsepower. This one is just fine, although on Irish roads it is a bit sharp over the bumps. It's not quite as flat as it was in Austria, and it's definitely not that flat down in Cork. Tons of equipment for the money, really, no lack of it. All around parking sensors is standard, as is that city safe system, as is the 2.2 litre diesel, unless you opt for the petrol, which would be unlikely. The consumption figures seem to stack up in the right direction, although I'm not quite getting the consumption figures they said. But there is plenty of power for an overtake. And all that's done in fourth. There's 6-speed boxing as well, it's very smooth. It's quite short shift in it every time you want to go. It's not lopey or dances around the place. Automatic wipers, automatic lights are all as standard. It's on sale in your showroom right now from today. You may have even seen one or two of them in the dealerships over the weekend because they were starting to get delivered. It is incredibly well priced and positioned. It's slightly cheaper than the VW models and slightly more expensive than the Nissan models. So it's well priced, really well specced, and definitely I think this year a contender for Car of the Year. I would guess it's going to be in there among the Car of the Year awards. Look out for it, get to your showroom as soon as you can, get it booked in. I believe they're already selling. It's definitely worth a test drive if you're in the market for it and it's on your shopping list. Make sure you get a good test drive of it. Look for the 2.2 litre 150 brake horsepower sport version is the one to look for. You get tons of kit and tons of power. You'll enjoy it. Till next time, see you on the next international trip.